Welcome to the Sims 4 Butlers and Maids series. These 8 Sims, 4 butlers and 4 maids, have been chosen to enter into a house where every night at 10 p.m. they must roll a d20. If they hit the day's number, they survive. Only one can survive. Each of the 8 were chosen as they have an animal spirit for their past residing in their body. Our contestants are Percival Deister, whose animal is the cat. Alice Hopper and her cousin Roger Hopper, whose animal is the otter. Reginald Smith has the animal of the hedgehog. Stella Cook, who's got ferret. Sophie Knight, who has the powerful lynx. Alistair Kotar, who, due to having a snowy owl, believes he is much better than anyone. Finally, we have Leah Fole, who possesses the tiger. They all enter with both Alice and Roger deciding to go swimming. Percival and Leah start talking to one another. Sophia, Reginald, and Stella all went to play an arcade game together. Alistair, being the guy he is, went to the library in order to practice some writing. Everything was fine, and they all met in the living room at 10 p.m. It was Sunday. The number was 10. They went from the right to the left. First was Alice with a 15. Next was Sophia, 12. Leah was 18. Percival was 15. Stella was 6. Reginald was 15. Roger with 15. And Alistair with 5. Stella cried, knowing she was dying. Alice swore up and down, and before they knew it, each were taken to a room to die, one by one. So roll a d6. Her execution was a 1. Death by fire. Alistair rolled and was executed by electrocution. And by this, Percival, Leah, Roger, Sophia, Reginald, and Alice went upstairs to their rooms. 2 were gone, and yet the other 6 had to face this head on. 8 a.m. The remaining 6 went down to the kitchen to have breakfast. They were still a bit unnerved by what had happened. Stella was burnt to death, and Percival electrocuted. They wondered how they handled it. After breakfast, they went back to what they were doing. Roger and Alice went to play chess. Percival and Leah went to play darts, while Reginald played the piano and Sophia sang. But they were all worried about that night. Once 10 p.m. came, they all gathered around and rolled again. Monday's number was 12. They rolled in the order of how they all went to sit again. Sophia, Alice, Leigh, Percival, Roger, and Reginald rolled. Sophia had 16. Alice rolled 4. Leah rolled 4. Percival rolled 19. Roger rolled 7, and Reginald rolled 16. Devastation washed through the group. Alice, Leigh, and Roger were all to be executed. Sophia and Reginald were shocked. It was Percival who was devastated. He had grown to like Leah, even though it was only their second day. Roger announced he and Alice were cousins, and they would perish together. Percival ran upstairs and cried as he heard the deaths. He couldn't handle it. Alice and Roger rolled together and got 6. Poison. Leah rolled and got 1. Death by fire. Just like Stella before her. Her last wish was that Percival would survive. 8 a.m. Reginald and Sophia ate alone in the living room. Percival didn't come down until noon. Both Reginald and Sophia were talking as Percival joined them. He was still upset, but all 3 agreed that whoever can escape the house will keep the memories of the others in their hearts. They wondered why they were all given an invite to become someone's butler or maid, and why they had to die. Was it just to see who was worthy? They all knew it would happen again. 10 p.m. The rolls began. Tuesday's number was 5. Sophia rolled a 1. Percival rolled a 3. And Reginald rolled a 9. Shocked, Sophia told Reginald to continue on happily and kissed him. Percival said goodbye to Reginald and told himself Sorry, Leah, I'm coming to you. Before they went to execution. Sophia's execution roll was 2, electrocution. Percival rolled a 3, which was old age. The machine seemed to throw him into an old age before he passed on. Reginald heard the door unlocked and knew he was free, but he also carried the fate of what happened with him.